Sonicstate here at Synthfest 2023, and I'm here with Ben from Audio Computer. Now, you have two products here. We'll shoot this in two videos. So keep an eye out for the weather station, but this time we're going to focus on the Beatfriend. Okay, so in a nutshell, what exactly is it? I'm assuming it's a drum machine.
It is a drum machine.
Yep.
Beatfriend is an analog drum machine. So
oh, analog.
Analog drum sounds,
yep.
but it's computer controlled. So
okay.
Imagine a CR78.
Ooh, nice.
But updated to have things that you'd like these days, like randomness and enthusiasm and some better effects.
There is a control called jazz and a control called enthusiasm, and then maybe a more prosaic decay.
Exactly. So I'll show you what it does.
Okay.
We've got some predefined patches, so you can choose. There's going to be about 30 patches on it, like the CR78. You choose your bossa nova or your rock or whatever.
Yep.
All of these sliders here control the complexity of each individual drum.
Ah.
So it's not volume, it's complexity. So you can say, I just want some kick and snare, and I want like a little bit of hi-hat, simple, a bit more complex.
And we can see that pattern generated.
See it generated in real time, yeah. Bit of wood block, because you always got to have a bit of wood block. And then the enthusiasm, just like as if this was a real drummer who was getting excited.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm means he's going to start varying the beat a little bit, dropping things in and out, just making it a bit more fun to play along with.
It's making me think a little bit like mutable instruments grids with the chaos control but this across grids only being 3 channels. This is a full drum kit.
Exactly. I don't like to think of it as chaos because it's still a drummer who knows what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
But it's enthusiasm because when the drummers get really enthusiastic, they go a bit crazy and it's more difficult to play.
Fantastic.
But that's that. So decay control obviously affects the bass drum and the 2 toms, which are the kind of the ringing circuits. So you can make those really ringy.
Are they generating patches from scratch, or how much programmability do you have, or how much is kind of generated?
So the patches are predefined.
Yeah.
So each patch has 6 different time signatures and a bunch of different complexity levels for each drum. So there's getting on like 100 patterns for each patch built into there.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of like pretty simple to access through these controls. A little bit of a nod to the old school. We've got a fill button up here, so you can
nice.
Throw in your fills. There's a few different varieties on that. Which I like.
Great.
Then when it gets interesting, so far you're just hearing analog sounds basically.
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of like an analog drum machine.
Yeah.
A nice one.
It sounds lovely, yeah.
But then over here we've got the Triforce of digital effects. Which, intentionally not labeled because you're supposed to just play with them and find a sound that works really nicely.
Okay.
So there's a whole bunch of things on here, but I'm not really going to tell you what they are. They just make cool sounds.
Okay.
All right. So here are some cool sounds.
So it looks to me then that this is it's called the Beatfriend, and it is a very friendly interface then, that you're not, the creativity is immediate and without having to reference a manual, you are pretty much up and going straight away. Is that part of the design ethos then?
Yeah, there's no menus, there's no, there will be a manual, but it's going to be pretty high level, just like sit down, play with the notes, play the thing you like.
Right.
Yeah, that's the idea. There's loads of drum machines where you can control every single little parameter.
Yeah.
And those are cool.
Yeah.
If that's what you need.
Right.
But sometimes you just want to sit down and like be able to press start and do something.
This is right up my street. So in terms of connectivity then, we got MIDI in, MIDI out.
Yes.
And then it's a mono, it's just purely mono output.
Classic old school
old
drum
school.
machine
So,
line out.
okay.
Yeah, so it's got MIDI in and out, and that does like clock sync as well as notes. So
good.
at the moment it's clock synced out to these two synths up here, which are just playing the nice bleeps and loops.
Yeah.
So you know, you can kind of, they'll stop and they'll start and they'll kind of go along with the tempo of it, which nice and easy to have something to play along with. But it'll also, if you want to sequence it by doing a sequence elsewhere or just like playing in live, you can just do MIDI notes in as well, or MIDI clock in if you want to sync it to something else. So it's got a certain amount of connectivity, but we're kind of intentionally not giving you like every single parameter you could want, because there are other drum machines that do that well already.
Yeah.
And this kind of has its own character.
Yeah,
this
nice.
is more like a drummer,
but I mean,
who's part of your band.
Yeah, I can see the CR78. That didn't have programmable. Oh no, did you program it?
There was an external programmer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
it's so difficult to use,
right,
and now so expensive to get. That it's kind of pointless. But yeah, it's kind of based on that vibe. I think one thing that's interesting about this is you can kind of go from a very cheesy retro beat to something that's like.
Now, can you explain just how the patches work then? So, like the patches, they're all see, on the patch knob. If you were to change patch, what happens then? Oh, they've all got names. So Bossa Nova, Idiot's Head, Good Times.
Yeah, so Rockzilla. So
okay.
We're going to have about 30 patches. We're kind of still working on the last few, but yeah, so you change the patch, so you stick on Idiot Head, and you say, okay, we're going to go maybe.
But then for each one of these, you can change the time signature.
Yeah, so we're going to go like 5/4
5/4 Idiot Head.
And we get that going.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So you know, we want it to be easy. Obviously, you can sequence it from MIDI if you want to do something really esoteric.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to say, oh, I want to do like a 7/8 jam, it can do a 7/8 jam.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good drummer, but he's not like a really amazing prog jazz drummer. He's like a kind of a good pop rock drummer who's quite enthusiastic.
Yeah, great. I mean, I totally get it all. It's just like you just understand it now. It's like I get all the features.
What you see is what you get.
So let's talk about availability and pricing. So is it available now?
It is not available now.
Okay.
This is the final prototype, I'd say. So we've got a few tweaks left to do, sort out some of the hardware and just get it into a perfect condition. But all the functionality's there and the sounds are there, and we're kind of ready to show it to people.
And then, so the big question, how much?
Well, this is a good question. We're looking at the moment at about 400 to 500 quid.
Okay.
Once we've done the final hardware tweaks, we'll be able to nail that down.
Okay.
But that's the range we're looking at.
Okay.
And we're aiming for early to sort of spring 2024 to have it actually available.
I mean, full metal construction.
Yeah, it's a kind of solid metal case.
Yeah.
And then I think we might play with the way we do the top, but this is the design.
Yeah.
We just need to it's mostly internal mechanical stuff that we need to really nail down to make sure it stays in one piece forever when someone buys it. But it's pretty close. So we've basically got a email sign up on our website, which is audio.computer. Should be easy to remember because it's
audio.computer. Wow.
And if you go there's just an email sign up, and the plan is that as soon as we know when it's going to be out, we're going to email everyone and say, hey, here it is, sign up, pre-order it, and we're going to do a small batch spring next year.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.